after being used to it being a, okay. Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Nikki, and today's video is just gonna be a quick talking video. I'm pretty much going to be giving an update on where I'm at with WW, with maintenance, and just pretty much an update on my health journey. So if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it, and let's get started. So if you don't know, I have been on a weight loss journey. Actually, at the end of this month, on the 28th, it will be exactly 2 years from when we started WW. So that's really exciting. I've still been tracking using WW. In my first year on it, I lost about 70 pounds, and I've pretty much been maintaining that loss since then. So I still track using WW even through the change of plans. They switched over from the 3 colored plans. They had blue, purple, and green, and they switched to personal points. So instead of smart points, everything became personal points. So every 2 years, WW makes a switch like that to their point system. And so it was pretty expected, but also it did have a few changes that I feel like impacted others and me as well. So what happened was you would take an assessment to find out what your 0 point foods are. And to me, 0 point foods are really important. I actually base most of my meals off of the 0 point foods first. I add in a protein, and then I add in the foods that are technically worth points. To me, it is important to have 0 point foods that I actually eat a lot of. And so that is why I've recently made the decision to retake the assessment. It's actually been about 5 months now since they made the change. So I've pretty much stuck with this for 5 months. I have maintained my weight, but I don't know, I just kind of want to go back a little bit more to how I was eating when it was the blue plan. I feel like it kind of made me change my choices just a little bit on like types of food I like to use. For example, I love corn. I didn't realize how much I actually incorporate corn into dishes, and it's been kind of annoying having to track it after being used to it being a 0 point food for so long. So recently, because Adam and I pretty much track everything together, we're pretty much on the same plan. We took the assessment together to make sure we got the same 0 point foods again. It just really works better that way when we have the same plan. That being said, I retook the assessment to make it just a little bit more like I was on the blue plan, because I had been on the blue plan the entire time I was doing it before they switched to personal points. So now my current 0 point foods, I have corn and popcorn, eggs, fish and shellfish, fruits, beans, peas, lentils, oatmeal, chicken and turkey breast, and vegetables, non-starchy. So that is ideal for me. Honestly, I do wish that I had the non-fat Greek yogurt. That's one I lost when I retook the assessment, but really it's such a low point food that I don't mind tracking it if we do 2 ingredient dough, or if I make some type of like chicken salad or something. It's really not that big of a deal to track that. I'd rather have corn and then fish and shellfish back as my 0 point foods, because I've realized how much I cook with corn, how much I like to use fish, especially in the summer. I feel like we eat a lot more fish, so it'll just work out better. And I kind of wanted to take potatoes off of being a 0 point food because, I don't know, I'm so used to tracking them, and it just feels weird having them as a 0 point food. I want to get back to focusing on the serving size of them, even though we really don't have potatoes that much. So really there's not any crazy reason why I switched it up. I just kind of prefer having more 0 point foods that I don't have to track. But surprisingly, when I redid this, I actually went from 24 dailies to 26 dailies. So I gained 2 dailies. And that is with me being set to maintenance mode. So if you go to your settings, you can either do weight loss and healthy habits or just healthy habits. Healthy habits is technically just maintenance. So that's what I've been set on, and I plan to keep it that way. Honestly, I get asked a lot if I'm still trying to lose weight or if I'm in maintenance, and I finally have decided I'm just in maintenance. That's what I'm gonna call it, because I haven't hit my goal weight. When I originally started WW, I set 170 to be my goal weight, and I have consistently stayed at 180, but I feel full and nourished with the amount of food I'm eating in a day. I feel like it's able to fuel me through my workouts, and I haven't been able to skate like at all. I've been able to skate a couple times in the past month, but we've had some really bad weather and it just hasn't been skating weather. So I haven't really gotten cardio in since like before we had winter, which is so crazy to me because I still lift 4 to 5 times a week, but I thought that I would really maybe see a gain if I stopped doing the cardio of skating, because I was skating a lot in the summer, and surprisingly I've still just maintained it. I've continued to build muscle, but summer is coming, I'm going to be skating more, so I'm gonna keep it set to maintenance and have more dailies available to me because I'm gonna be a little bit more active. So I just think that that'll be perfect for me. I'm excited to have switched over to be able to have fish as 0 points. I love tuna and salmon and shrimp, and so that'll be really nice. Like I said, I use corn in so many dishes, and I actually still have oatmeal, which I was going to take away, but it gave me that option. If I would have been able to choose between non-fat Greek yogurt and oatmeal, I would have definitely picked the non-fat Greek yogurt, but they were in 2 different categories of the assessment, so I couldn't choose that way. I pretty much wasn't able to choose Greek yogurt with the other 4 that I had picked over it, which was like eggs, shellfish, chicken, and beans. I wanted that definitely over the Greek yogurt. So then it got to the next question and it asked me if I wanted to keep like oats, avocado, corn, and that's where I chose corn and oats. So anyway, that's just what works for me, and those are gonna be my new updated 0 point foods. I'll definitely talk about it. It's kind of been confusing because I've filmed some videos before where potatoes were 0 point foods and now they no longer are, so I'm going to start counting them as points, but I'll just talk you guys through it as we go. But I also just wanted to kind of give my opinion on personal points. Like I said, we've been on this new plan for 5 months now, pretty much. And although I think that there are good intentions, I think that there are some really good parts of it. I do think there are a few things that are kind of frustrating. For me, I really do like that you can earn the point for water. It does really push me to get my water in for the day, at least to hit that 60 ounces. It does help me to try to add veggies to every single meal because I try to get a point back with every meal if I can by adding vegetables. So I do like that, but I don't like that when you add activity points, it automatically goes into your weeklies. I struggle with seeing my activity points because first of all, I don't even know how accurate they are. I don't wear any type of watch or anything. I just enter the data into my app and it tells me pretty much how many points I earned from that amount of very generic exercise. So I really don't like to depend on those points or even count them in, but I do like to have them tracked sometimes. So it's kind of frustrating that you can't turn off adding the points to your weeklies. Because when I see them there, I just want to use them. But that's one little thing. Another thing that has been probably the most frustrating with the updated plan is that nothing scans accurately. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know why everything is so incorrect when you scan it using the app, but it has come to the point where we pretty much have to enter the nutrition of every item we scan because we find something that doesn't match up and then it changes the point value. So that has been extremely frustrating. And honestly, if I had just been starting out WW in the beginning and noticed that it was doing that, it would have been a lot more difficult for me to stick with it. It just takes a little bit more time, which the whole point of the point system is that it's just quick and easy. And so it's kind of frustrating that when you scan things, everything has been inaccurate. Like every single time, the calories, fat, there's multiple things that come up wrong on the nutrition label, and then you have to re-enter it and it'll give you a new point value. So that's been probably the most frustrating part about the new plan, and it hasn't been fixed in since we've switched over, and I don't know what's taking so long. I don't know why it won't work. It seems like there's even more entries when I scan things, but none of them are right. So I don't know. That's just been my biggest frustration, and especially for someone starting out, I could see how that would be really frustrating too, but it's something to just work through. It's still, the system still works, and I really do think that it's a great plan. I just think they need to fix that on their end of the app. So staying on maintenance has been nice. I think you get 4 more points when you're on maintenance, and that's pretty much it. But like I've mentioned, I feel nourished, I feel fueled to do the activities I like to do, and a few things that have really helped me stay on track, because I hear maintenance is a lot harder than even losing the weight to begin with. And honestly, to me, it has become just my lifestyle. It really has. There are times where I do feel it is a challenge to stay on track, or I do get off track a little bit, but I always find myself back on track because it's just worth it to me to feel better. So a few things that have really helped me through this phase have been trying new foods. We still are constantly trying to find new low point foods, new low point dishes that I can make, really just making it fun. Like I've said from the beginning, we had so much fun scanning and seeing the points of things. We still do that even though we have to enter the nutrition ourselves, but we still like to find a lot of new products, and it just keeps things interesting. And I don't know, it just has really helped us both to stay on track. Another thing that's really helped me is just to have balance. And by that, I mean having balance with the foods I choose. So we still go out to eat. We went out and celebrated our anniversary and didn't think twice about everything that we ate, the giant pretzel, the giant burgers, the beers. We didn't think twice about it, and it felt really good. But at the same time, it feels so much better to get back on track the next day, because when you make this lifestyle change and you're making these healthy choices every day, and then maybe you kind of have something that's a little higher in points or not something you're used to eating, it does affect you, and it does make us feel very lethargic. It makes our stomachs hurt at times, especially Adam with dairy, but it just makes it like I almost want to continue making those choices of like the higher point takeout foods. I find that when we go out to eat, I want to just keep going out to eat for every meal. Like it becomes a chain reaction. And so I have to make that change to get back on track, choose a meal that is full of proteins and 0 point foods, and actually just force myself to even make a meal, because once I get in the habit of eating out, it just becomes so much easier to say, okay, let's just pick up food on the way home or something like that. So having balance, we still treat ourselves, we still have dessert every night, we still find ways to have balance, but remembering to get back on track the next day, or even stay on track with our other habits, with drinking our water, getting enough sleep, getting activity in, that kind of stuff helps to kind of balance out the decisions that we may have made to enjoy ourselves a little more, if that makes sense. Another thing that's really helped me too is just finding activities to stay active. So although I haven't skated, I thought I would gain a little bit of weight over the winter when I stopped doing cardio. I will go on a walk if I can outside, but like I said, it's been very cold and just not the best weather. So I've gone to the gym and walked on the treadmill like a few times at a high incline, but even that I just haven't done consistently like I consistently skated. The only thing I've stayed consistent with is weightlifting, and I've honestly been surprised that that's been enough to really keep me active and keep me in the shape I want to be in without the cardio. So it'll be nice to start incorporating skating again. I might scale back a day at the gym so that I can get more time outside, but I'm just gonna pretty much play it by ear and see what's working best for me. But making activity a part of every single day has been the best thing I could have done for myself. There are days when I'm busy, like busy with orders or even just working on stuff for YouTube and stuff. I have to make time to get outside or to get some type of activity and going to the gym, something like that. It makes me feel so much better. And that again isn't what I'm depending on to help me lose weight or maintain my weight loss. It's the nutrition side that I'm really focusing on, because that's what's really kept me on track. I know this video is kind of all over the place, but I just kind of wanted to give an update where I'm at, how I changed my 0 point foods. I'm still gonna be doing maintenance, but I'm gonna be getting a little bit more active with skating, so I'm gonna see how it goes, and yeah, see, maybe I'll start losing weight again and get even closer to my goal weight. But honestly, I feel comfortable where I'm at. I'm still seeing progress, which kind of blows my mind that the scale is still not moving, but my body is progressing. And I know I'm building more muscle, and muscle is technically heavier, so that's where it is definitely coming in. It makes sense, but at the same time, it's crazy to see that the scale really is just a tool. It's a number, but it's not everything, because I'm still making progress when it is still not moving. Anyway, I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.